I yield to the ranking member in a minute. I didn't want to repeat questions because I was over at Homeland Security earlier, but I have a question on the bonuses. What, on bonuses at AIG, what % of a normal salary, typically before all this happened, would bonuses be? In other words, is it an integral part of someone's pay, or is it intermittent? Is it a small amount, 5%? Is it?
It's literally all over the lot. There's 115,000 people who work at AIG, so typically that bonus as a percentage of your base would be lower at the lower ends of the organization and higher as you work higher into the organization.
And since, just like at Goldman Sachs, you were getting stock dividends, that was as a trustee, did AIG give stock dividends, or were they always cash?
No, at AIG you could have a base salary, you could have an annual performance bonus, and then there'd be a long-term bonus. The long-term bonus would be stock, and you were expected, at the time you were expected to hold that stock until you retired from the company, and if you left before you retired, you could lose it.
And my understanding as we've gone through these different hearings is the argument for the bonuses was that we needed to retain personnel, the company could fold and particularly keep personnel. Is that? Now, again, not the last round on the legal argument, but this has been going on. AIG has had these problems way back before December, and the question is that in the bonus round, part of the feeling was, and what my question is to follow that, and you can explain if that's not true, is that right now there's not a whole lot of other types of jobs available. Certainly, with the resume coming off of some of the problems at AIG, it would be a very difficult time to do that. In my district, we're getting hammered by unemployment. They're looking at the bonuses. They're saying we don't get bonuses when our company goes down. We get laid off. And it becomes problematic as to why AIG would need the bonuses to retain personnel, why AIG would be paying such huge bonuses when companies, I have some companies in my district where bonuses can be 40% of their normal salary, and they're not getting any bonuses. Why is it unique in your industry and firm? They're like commissions, and I'd just like to hear a little bit more of an explanation, because I don't know how,
Sure.
I don't know how to explain it, because I haven't heard a good explanation that anybody's buying.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to be careful with how we use that word bonus, because it can represent so many different things, and it's what's caused members of this committee some frustration. So let me see if I can quickly explain it. There are normal annual performance bonuses. If you do a good job on this, in addition to your salary, you'll get 15, 20, 25, 40% over and above that. So I guess you could look at it as a commission, but it's in our industry. It really is it's a performance-based bonus. That was earlier in the day. We had the conversation about that totaled about $450-some million paid over the entire breadth of our company and against a payroll of some $7.5 to $8 billion in size. So that's one form of a bonus, a performance of an annual variable pay or a performance bonus. Then there were retention bonuses put in place. I think the ones you're referring to are at AIG-FP. They were designed in 2007, put in place in 2008, and when we decided and knew that we were going to wind that business down, we asked people to stay, to not leave until they accomplished certain things. Sell a book of business, make it less risky. To the extent they did that, they were paid a retention bonus or an award, again, for some level of performance. So it depends upon which area that you're really poking at.
In other words, I understand the basic choices. I've been in the middle of companies before I came to Congress that had all those different ranges. Sometimes things like annual performance bonuses don't become performance bonuses, they become expected. And that my question is so were dividends, yet your dividends are zero. So why would the company have made decisions to continue at any level things that are supposed to be performance-based? Did you have a big exodus of employees at different times? Indeed, was it critical to the survival of the company? Because it seems odd that you were saying to the people who invested, many of whom were trust funds and retired people, people who owned that you get nothing, but we're going to continue things that are supposed to be performance-based when the performance of AIG was not good for an extended period of time, not just the last few months.
I think, Congressman, you have to break it down into pieces. So the total performance of the business as a whole may not have looked good because it was severely damaged by one or two enterprises, but then there were a host of other enterprises that performed well. And to the extent those people who work in those businesses earned those performance bonuses, they would have been paid. If they didn't earn them, they would have gotten zero.
Gentleman's time has expired.
It's an interesting thing that people with the stock didn't get treated the same way.
Thank you very much. Gentleman from Rhode Island,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Kennedy.
Welcome, Mr. Liddy.